What's up guys, welcome back to a new Kengan Omega chapter review. Today we have chapter 99. This was another dialogue heavy chapter rather than focusing on the fight solely, with tons of hype reveals and statements from characters on Jirota, who seems to be the new resident top tier fighter. This chapter also had some character returns alongside new characters added to the story, which is also pretty cool. It featured more fighting than the previous chapter, and as a whole it was a pretty solid chapter in my opinion. Now onto the review. Help me reach my 2021 goal of 100k subscribers by subscribing if you're new to the channel or you just haven't already. It's free and easy to do. Also consider checking out the description for the Discord server and my Twitter. Now enjoy the video. The title of the chapter is Swing, which relates pretty well to what happens during the chapter, so I do enjoy the title Swing. It starts out with the introduction of a new character into the Kangenverse. His name is Teddy and he's the current judo world champion for the 100kg plus class, which is pretty cool, and he's also based off a real person in our world. I have on screen now what the Kangen character is based off. He has won 10 world championships and multiple gold medals for judo, so yeah, this dude has made it to the Kangenverse, which is pretty cool. We see that he's talking to someone about the possibility of him joining the underworld for fighting or martial arts, I assume. He mentioned that there's no underground martial arts scene in France where they're currently at, and that he would put in a good word for people who may want to be involved in like joining the Kangen martial art underworld or something like that. And we see that the person talking to him is Rin. If you don't remember who this character was, I'll give a brief description where she's been in Kengan Omega so far. So she was one of the people who joined Yamashita Trading Co. as like the extra agency part of the Kengan Association, and she was put in charge of overseas departments. So she's gone on a long business trips to recruit more people into the Kengan Association, and I'm assuming that's why she's talking to this Teddy dude to get more people to join the Kangen underworld and, you know, to grow the whole, you know, Kangen underground fighting scene and everything regarding that. And she also had a pretty important role in Kengan Ashura, but this is the first time of us actually seeing her in the present in Kengan Omega, so that's good to see. They're talking about the Kangenverse Purgatory tournament, and Teddy mentions that they have a pretty good lineup from, you know, famous fighters from the public and underground martial artists, and that he's impressed that they even got Gao Lang, who's meant to be a good friend of Teddy, which is also pretty cool. And then Rin mentions that Jirota is part of Purgatory's side, and this is where this current world judo champion tells us something about Jirota. He mentions, I've never met him in person. He's at least a decade older than me. Back 20 years ago, Jirota won the Judo World Championship 100kg plus division, the same division as him, only to vanish not only from the public but also the underground martial arts scene. So ever since he won that championship, he's completely disappeared, and this is the first time I'm guessing he's heard mention of his name and that he's a Purgatory fighter. Teddy continues by saying, not even I can guarantee I could beat him if I fought him back then. If Jirota's still as strong as he was in his prime, or if he's reached even higher heights. So, you know, Jirota's an absolute beast, getting more hype as the chapters go on. We love to see it. We cut back to the fight. We see Jaime still very worn out from getting that one slam from Jirota. We got Yamashita and Koga still freaking out from not being able to see what Jirota does for his throw. Oma notices this and pretty much realizes no wonder he couldn't see it. Not even Yamashita could see it, showing how insane it was. They mentioned how Jaime is the one who made the first move, but he's the one being slammed to the ground. And we got Jaime going for another attack. He attacks first but gets slammed to the ground straight away again. Everyone's just still freaking out. They go to a slow motion replay, and not even that can fully grasp what Jirota is doing, so his speed is absolutely off the charts. We got Sayaka, who mentions that he's maybe pinching his sleeve between his fingers and somehow slamming a 100kg plus person with like the two little fingers, which is absolutely insane. We cut to our boy Lolong, whose eyes are open and he's watching the fight. He talks about how throws work. First the grab, then the throw. The time lag between the grab and the throw is the biggest weakness of a throw, but Jirota is capable of throwing without grabbing, thus he has no weaknesses. Jaime is able to get on his feet on a count of 6, showing he's actually still getting rolled and slammed on the ground, but he's actually getting up faster than what he did previously, and he also seems to be a lot more serious now than what he was last chapter. He goes for an attack again, and then Jirota slams him on the ground again. Jaime is getting absolutely destroyed, and then this is where we get the explanation of his insane technique. after Jota disappeared from the public eye, he spent 20 years mastering the throw. You heard that right, 20 years. As a result, he developed a new kind of throw. Just by pinching the clothes, just by hooking it with his fingers, using nothing but the friction of his skin, he had mastered the art of throwing his opponent without grabbing them. He has perfected the swing, and they compare it to just easily swinging a sword. So Jota is an absolute monster. 20 years ago, before he did this insane training to have the perfect swing, he is already someone who would win the world championship of judo and has the current world champion questioning whether he could beat him. And now for 20 years of straight training, he's perfected the ultimate swing, which is absolutely insane. We cut to Oma, who mentions he's mastered the art of manipulating the center of gravity, and that principle is the same as his redirection kata, but he's far more skilled at it than he is. So manipulating the center of one's gravity is pretty much Jota's absolute specialty, and I'm guessing he's the best at doing that in the verse at this point. We also have Oma talking to Kano Agito. He asks him whether he could put it off, with Kano's response being no straight away. I've never met a master of throws like him. And then we cut to our boy, the almighty beard Kuroki Gensai, who gives some information about Jota. To think I'd find a fighter like him in a place like this. That man is on the same level as me, so he's a monster is what you're saying. That's what his employer next to him is saying. So Kuroki Gensai just outright said it that Jota is on the same level as him, which by default means Jota is pretty much Kano Agito, maybe current Oma, maybe Kure Ryan, but he's on the level of Kuroki Gensai, solidifying his position as a top tier, which makes you think, how strong is Lo Long if he's meant to be on the same level? I'm guessing a little bit stronger than Jota. So yep, Jota is no jobber, he's an absolute beast. After that previous slam, Jaime was able to get to his feet after a count of 5, so he's getting up even faster now. Maybe he's slowly adapting to Jota's fighting style, I'm not too sure, but he's bloody in the face, so he's taking quite a bit of damage. He mentioned that he's never been thrown so fast that he couldn't cushion his blow before, so this is the strongest person Jaime has faced in his life. And he also mentioned that Jaime is at least 3 times stronger than what he is, with him also having a big smile as he says, so shall we continue? So Jaime, I'm guessing, really enjoys fighting and is really enjoying fighting a stronger opponent, which is actually making Jaime a very likable character. I still hope he doesn't go absolutely insane like his brother Megura at some point. Hopefully he stays this way and this is who Jaime is. He pretty much maybe rebels against his supposed father and everything regarding that, and just wants a good clean fight with Jota. I'm still standing by the theory that Jota is going to win this fight, but Jaime seems to be adapting somewhat to Jota's attacks. He's getting up faster after each slam, so maybe he's somehow adapting to the speed of Jota. And we also see that Jota is also physically strong as well, being able to throw someone like Jaime who's over 100 kilos with just the friction of his fingers, as it was stated during this chapter. So he's fast as shit and strong as shit. So Jota, honestly, I'm very impressed so far. Hopefully he keeps this up. Maybe Jaime can, show what he's truly capable of as the fight goes on. But yep, so far the fight has been pretty good. I'm guessing next chapter we may, see some crazy stuff because it is chapter 100. Maybe a tiger vessel reveal, maybe something else apart from the fight. But yeah, can't wait for chapter 100. This chapter I quite enjoyed. Jota doesn't seem like a jobber. I do think he's going to win the fight. Let me know your thoughts of the chapter down in the comments. And yep, that's it guys. Peace.